Welcome to Every Coach Needs a Coach, the podcast for coaches of all sports and all age groups to learn from coaches and people they may otherwise never have the chance to meet. On today's T1, Do One, Teach One, I want to tell you a story that gives the lesson that success is not final and failure is not fatal. Success is not final and failure is not fatal. And the story that I want to share has to come from my college basketball playing days, where my junior year, which is the year that I transferred to Catholic University in Washington, D.C., we were playing Juniata, and Juniata had been at the top of the Landmark Conference for years. And I didn't really know anything about them because it was my first year playing in the Landmark. And we had lost to Juniata on our home court in the regular season, and we went up to play them on their court later on. And we had a great game against them, and we ended up losing by maybe 6 points, and we really could have and should have won. And that was kind of, if you want to call it that, right? That was our failure, right? That was our coming up short moment. But the point of the story is that failure is not fatal, right? That allowed us to bounce back, right? We studied them like crazy. We ended up playing them in the championship, right, for the conference tournament on their court in a similar way, but we ended up beating them by a dozen, I think, or maybe 10 was the final score. And we just played better. We had every counter that we needed. We had every strategy in place that we needed in order to have success in that game. And then the next year, we ended up, this is the success is not final part, right? We ended up, we still won the conference, but after we left, right, after my senior class graduated, I'd have to go back and look at the stats, but I'm pretty sure that we either lost to Scranton or Juniata, or that those teams lost to Scranton or Juniata in the same conference finals, right? So the program of Catholic University women's basketball had some failures, right? Put that in air quotes, that weren't fatal, but we've also had some successes that were not final. And we've all been there as coaches, right? You've had times where you've bounced back from quote unquote a failure, right? And you've had times where you've been on top of the world, and then you either come crashing down or you gradually come down off the high there. So I just want to remind you all of that if you're going through something tough, that it is not fatal. It doesn't have to be. And if you're on top of the mountain and you're doing really well, do what you did to get there. Continue to do that thing, but understand that you're going to be okay, because success isn't final, right? You have to continuously work for that success. Thank you guys for spending some time with me today. I appreciate you. Keep on getting better every day.